Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about the biggest mistakes that I see out here that rookie truck drivers make. And if you've been out here on the road for a little while and you'd like to add to this list, please leave a comment down below. All right, so this list of 7 that I came up with, these are just things that I notice out here. There's many more, but at the same time, these are not in any particular order, so let's dive right in. And the first one that I'm going to talk about is that drivers don't use all of their room. Now, whenever you're pulling out of somewhere, you're making a right-hand turn, you're making a left-hand turn. Left-hand turns are much easier than right, but you gotta use all of your room that's allowed. So whenever you're making that right-hand turn and you're turning onto a 2-lane road and you got the curb over here, try to come all the way out to the curb. Don't run over it, but use all of your room. I see this so many times, and just drivers cutting turns short and running over curbs, knocking down poles, even taking the hoods off of trucks in truck stops. Yes, we've all seen that Swift video, but please hold your opinions for the end of the video. It's one of those things. You learn to use all of your room, and if you learn to do that properly, then you're gonna avoid a lot of the little mistakes that can creep up on you. So try and use all the room that you can, and you might stop hitting things. And speaking of hitting things, one of the biggest things that I see are in truck stops, guys not getting out and looking. Yes, goal, you've all seen it. Matter of fact, a lot of the mega carriers have it written right on the mirrors right outside your door. So there's no reason not to. I've been driving well over 8 years now. I still get out and look. Now, I'm better, I'll just be honest, than most flatbedders. I'm probably a lot better at going backwards, and that's because I did reefer for so long and we made a lot of stops. And so just kind of in general, as far as platform guys go, I'm not trying to brag. I'm not saying that I'm the best or anything like that, but I'm pretty good at going backwards. And despite that fact, I still get out and look, because you never know. I would much rather be made fun of on that CB than made fun of because I backed into someone else's truck. So just keep that in mind. Get out and look. Don't, if you have a CB, turn it off. You don't need to hear that, all that ribbing that's going to be going on because you're getting out and looking 4 or 5 times. There's nothing wrong with that. The only mistake that you can truly make whenever backing up into a parking spot is hitting something. So the easiest way to alleviate that is to get out and look. Speaking of the CB, one of the biggest mistakes that I see are drivers that do not have a CB in their truck, or they have one and it's not even on. Now, that CB can save you from so many things. It can save you from tickets, it can save you from big pileups, accidents, whether that's ahead, construction that may have the road shut down, or just massive backups. There's so many things that the CB can do for you. And yeah, there's so many guys out there that say, oh, the CB's kind of dead, you don't really hear about it that much anymore. Well, that might be true, but that's because that keeps being said. And so if we want to correct that, well, then just get a CB. It's really that easy. A lot of the trucks that that the company guys are driving have antennas just already built in. So all you have to do is just hook that CB up. It's worth it. It's 100% worth it. I guarantee you that thing has saved me from many different things, from accidents to tickets, etc. So get yourself a CB, and then one of the most important things is actually turn the frickin' thing on. Now, one of the other things that just it really kind of irks me, and I'm gonna keep on the subject of tools, and that is relying on the GPS. I don't know if you can see it. I'm pointing to mine over there. Relying on your GPS. That's a huge no-no. I've mentioned this before in my other videos. GPS stands for getting people stuck. There's a reason it stands for getting people stuck, because it gets you stuck. And if you haven't experienced it, I've seen the comments. It cracks me up. Oh, I've been using my CB for 4 years now and it's never failed me. It's never failed you until it does. And I promise you, it's failed me numerous times. And it's easy to get complacent and to kind of fall in the trap of just listening to that thing and letting it guide you and, you know, kind of screwing you up. It's easy to do that, but please don't be complacent. Don't follow that GPS. Get yourself an atlas and double check the directions. Look on Google Maps, double check the directions. If you see a shorter route on Google Maps, compare the Google Maps to your atlas. The atlas lets you know what roads our big rigs can actually be on. And, you know, Google Maps is not going to tell you that, and neither is that GPS right there. Also, that GPS has guided many a truck driver to, let's just say, giving their truck and their trailer haircuts. So never rely on the GPS. And just really quickly, I want to take a short moment. This video is not sponsored, but I forgot to put it in the last video, so I do apologize. But the giveaway, the Trucker Tools giveaway, these right here are the winners of the money. Yes, they gave away some money. And actually, and I didn't mention this because I didn't, you know what? People that, you know, actually kind of help me out and, you know, go do the things that I ask you to do, well, you know, they get rewarded. So everybody that did a review should have gotten a shirt. And if you didn't, contact Trucker Tools, but make sure that your review is posted before the, I think it was last Friday. Everything had to be in by last Friday, which was, let's see, today's the 20th, July 17th. So if you had your review in before July 17th and after the giveaway started, which it will be time-stamped, send that over to Trucker Tools. But congratulations to all the winners. Thank you so much for participating, and thank you, Trucker Tools, for doing that. Much appreciated. But moving on. And on to that next point. I can't tell you. How many times have you been sitting right here where I'm sitting right now in the morning, and you see the cab next to you, you see it kind of rock, and you know that now that person is awake, and you see him crawl into the driver's seat. You hear the truck fire up, and then immediately take off down the road. It drives me nuts. It drives me absolutely nuts. The minimum that you could do is a short walk around. Pop the hood, look to see if there's any leaks, check to see how your fluids are, at least eyeball your tires, for God's sake. You can see if you have a flat, walk around the entire truck and trailer, and, you know, at minimum, at least do that. I mean, come on, guys. The pre-trip inspection is there for a reason, and that's to keep you from breaking down that day. And it's not going to always keep you from breaking down, but at the same time, it's going to prevent you from, you know, kind of some of the stupid things that happen, like you didn't see that you had a flat tire, so now you took off, and now you're on the side of the road, and your trailer's on fire. Because you can't see whenever you know, if that tire is flat back there, well, if it's flat and it's going down the road, it's going to get hot enough to catch on fire. I know you guys have seen on the side of the road, the truck separated from the trailer while the trailer's burning to the ground. That's almost always what happens, is that they were driving on a blown tire. So get out, do a pre-trip inspection. I mean, come on, guys. You know, this is something that's very simple, and it's out of respect for the owners of the truck, whether that be a single fleet owner or a single person owner or a huge company like Swift, whatever. You know, just out of respect for them, check your equipment out every day. And speaking of respect, the next point that I'm going to make is taking, or a lack of taking, pride in your ride. Now, there's kind of a minimum, and this is an old school philosophy where, you know, truck drivers used to take care of their rides. You know, it's a sense of pride for your truck, you know, to look good going down the road. And, you know, I understand that this isn't always, you know, it's not always possible. You know, I get it. I have very high bills. I can't afford to, you know, wash my truck every single week and have it polished, you know, 2 or 3 times a year. I just can't do that. My truck is a working truck, so sometimes she gets dirty. However, that does not mean that I can't clean that windshield, that I can't clean these 2 windows, that I can't clean these mirrors out here, that I can't clean those headlights. And, you know, that the inside of my truck is nice and tidy. Now, I've got stuff everywhere because I've got camera equipment, I've got all kinds of stuff, but that doesn't mean that it's messy. Take pride in your ride, and then also take pride in yourself. You know, it's okay to be in shorts and a shirt, but I mean, don't be sloppy. And you know if you're sloppy. So at least do the minimum as far as cleaning, you know, cleaning the glass on your truck. I mean, take pride in your ride. Come on, folks. And I saved this one for the last one. And this one, whew, it's near and dear to right here. I'm gonna try to keep my cool while talking about this one, but all right, let's get into it. Don't drive your big rig like it's a car. It's not a freaking car. You're at work. You know, this stems back to the last one. Be professional. You know, stop riding, you know, stop tailgating. Okay, oh man, I get set off when people tailgate me because I own that back there. I own that. If that gets hit, something gets messed up back there, that's on me. And it really, really frustrates me just, you know, tailgating, cutting people off. There's no reason to cut anyone off, especially another truck. And if you're a truck driver and you're cutting off another truck, dadgum, you should know better. You should know how long it takes to stop that, you know, to stop that vehicle. You have to get over and then you have to slam on your brakes. It's just a split second. You know, somebody's phone goes off and they happen to look down at their phone. I'm not saying that this is an excuse, but it happens. They look down at their phone just long enough, and then when they look back up, now they're gonna ram that truck and trailer right up your butt. So it happens that quickly. So stop driving these things. Stop weaving in and out, you know, cutting people off, not using your blinkers. You know, just be professional. It really boils down to being that simple. Don't fall into the habit, especially if you're driving an automatic. You really need to pay attention. Don't fall in the habit of driving your big rig like a car. That's inexcusable. Well, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Check this video out right here. This is another video where I did a list of, you know, kind of advice for new truck drivers. This channel, I make all kinds of videos for the new truck drivers. So like I said, subscribe, ring that notification bell, but more importantly, stay driven.